Knowledge about hypertension, diabetes. Find out in SugarBeat, the Gets Pharma Philippines cardiometabolic social media platform. Knowledge about hypertension, diabetes. Find out in SugarBeat, the Gets Pharma Philippines cardiometabolic social media platform. Knowledge about hypertension, diabetes. Find out in SugarBeat, the Gets Pharma Philippines cardiometabolic social media platform.
Hello and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SugarBeat. SugarBeat is the official social media platform of Gets Pharma Philippines Cardio Metabolic Line. SugarBeat aims to provide relevant and timely information on the prevention and management of diabetes and high blood pressure. All page contents are designed for every Filipino to embrace the value of wellness and self-care.
Previously on SugarBeat. Last time, our guest speaker has thoroughly discussed another topic that pertains to diabetes and hypertension. This gives us clarity on how we can face and manage this specific topic and condition. To watch the replay, you may visit the SugarBeat PH social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Today is another interesting Monday Night Live where the questions posted on our social media accounts will be entertained live. To begin, let me introduce our guest speaker. She finished her Doctor of Medicine at Iloilo Doctors College of Medicine. Finished her Master of Management in Health Administration at the Philippine Christian University. Finishing her Doctor of Public Health major in Preventive Healthcare at the Adventist University of the Philippines. A Fellow of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine and Philippine College of Lifestyle Medicine. The President of the Philippine College of Lifestyle Medicine. Finished her Culinary Medicine at Goldring Center of Culinary Medicine, New Orleans, USA, and at Lifestyle Medicine Institute, Boston, USA. She is the founder of Culinary Medicine Asia. Sugar Beaters, please welcome, Dr. Michelle Palma.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat, and I'd like to thank everyone for joining me this afternoon. So sa mga nakikinig at sumusubaybay sa atin from the Philippines, magandang hapon, and from outside the country, whatever time it is right now there, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. So this afternoon, we will be answering dun sa mga katanungan natin tungkol dun sa ating naging discussion last week. And I'd like to thank Gets Pharma for this wonderful opportunity provided for both the listeners and us healthcare providers as well. Ano? Kasi we are here to share with you something that you will never learn from the clinics kasi wala masyadong time pag nasa clinic tayo, no? So, usually you tell us your complaint, you give us your laboratory results, we review somehow, tapos konting usap, and then we prescribe. We don't really do much on counseling, no? And maganda itong nanditong online that maybe you can post your questions and let's try to answer them. So, pwede tayong mag-umpisa doon sa ating first question and then let's see. And it might be relevant to a lot of you. So since last week, we talked about diabetes and hypertension as one of the risk factors in developing heart disease, di ba? So if you want to get rid of heart disease, kailangan i-control natin yung ating blood sugar. So to control the blood sugar, we are talking about decreasing the weight. To decrease the weight, pinag-uusapan din natin yung metabolism. So here's the first question and very relevant and related dun sa ating topic last time. Yung unang tanong is, meron bang certain age kung saan mas bumabagal ang metabolism ng isang tao? So this is a very, very good question kasi maraming tao ang actually they are puzzled, no? Kung ano ba talagang nangyayari, bakit nung bata pa sila, payat naman sila, how come, no? After age 30, somehow, medyo konting kain lang, mabilis silang nagigain ng weight. So, definitely, there is a certain age and depende din yan sa gender ng tao. So, for male, compared to female, kasi mas malaki yung bulk ng muscles ng male kumpara sa female, mas mataas ang metabolism nila kumpara sa atin. Mas mataas din ang bone mass nila kumpara din sa atin. And please take note also na at age 30, beginning at age 30, around 3 to 8% ng muscle mass natin bumababa. So we lose 3 to 8% of our muscle mass 10 every decade after 30 years of age. So approximately pag yung mga pasyente, yung mga taong 80 years old na and above, they have lose about 30% na nung muscles nila. So bakit ganoon ka-importante ang muscle? Kasi doon, yun yung indicator ng metabolism natin. So it dictates, the metabolism. Kaya nga ang sabi natin, as we go with aging, yung muscle mass bumababa. So kailangan nating i-improve yung muscle mass natin by doing physical activity. Kasi pag mataas yung muscle mass natin, it increases the resting metabolism. So pag mataas yung resting metabolism natin, mas nakakatulong yon sa pag what do you call this, in our metabolism para hindi masyadong tumataba ang tao. But as we age, kasi nagkakaroon na rin ng changes on the food that we eat and on the activity. More on sedentary na kasi pag medyo nagkakaedad na. So those are the factors. So you have to add all of those things, sedentary lifestyle, changes in the food that we eat, and aging. So all of those things may cause the decrease ng ating muscle mass and nagdi-decrease din yung metabolism natin. So ngayon, alam na natin kung ano yung mga cause nun, pwedeng doon tayo mag-focus, right? So increase physical activity, kahit pa ito ay non-exercise activity. Hindi naman kasi ibig sabihin kailangan mo talagang mag-ehersisyo. You just have to be active. Do not sit. Huwag upo ng upo. Di po ba sabi nga natin ngayon, sitting is the new smoking. Kaya dapat lagi tayong like after 30 minutes, you have to stand, walk, and do something, do stretching. Kailangan gumagalaw yung ating muscle. So the only way for us to improve our muscle mass, kailangan gumagalaw yung muscle kung nagko-contract sila. Paano natin ipa-contract yung muscle natin? The joints should be moving. So definitely gumagalaw tayo, we're doing something. Okay? So I hope I answered that first question. May we see the next question? Alright, so next question here is, ano ang mainam na travel foods for people with diabetes and hypertension? Okay, so wonderful question as well. Tulad ng mga travelers, I myself is a traveler. So thank you for the pandemic. Ito yung isang bagay na nagpapasalamat ako kasi nabawasan yung aking travel. I usually travel a lot for 1 year. Meron nga akong travel na sa isang buwan, I would fly 16 times, no? And I would leave the country many, many times. So, yun talaga nagiging challenge if you travel kasi whatever you have on hand or ano yung available na pwede mong bilhin, you just have to pick the best choice and look forward for the meal na pwede mong i-prepare. So for diabetic patients, however, we are getting careful with the fat na kinakain natin. So definitely, ano yung magandang ibabaon nila? Personally, I would ask my patients to bring some fruits, specifically citrus and fibrous na fruits na pwede nilang madala. Yung actually, yung tumatagal, like for example, apples, the citrus, no? Or pwede silang magdala ng kamote, they can bring peanuts, and then they can bring also a banana, na boiled na banana. So I'm not really encouraging diabetic patients to bring crackers with them kasi laging ganun, biscuit ang dala-dala or di kaya bread. So remember, the calorie of the biscuits and bread are higher compared doon sa regular food na kinakain natin. Why? Di ba, ang 1 gram kasi ng oil is equivalent to 9 calories. Kung yung 1 gram ng carbohydrates at 1 gram ng protein is only equivalent to 4 calories. So remember, yung biscuits and then the bread, they have oil. Maraming oil. Specifically, pag yung bread napaka-soft, no? Very soft yung bread, most likely may lard siya. And lard actually has higher calorie compared dun sa ating carbohydrate or flour. Ganon din sa mga crackers, di ba? So say for example, yung ating mga biscuits, yung ating mga cookies, right? So matataas din yung calorie nun. So pera pa dun sa sugar na meron talaga sila. It also has fat, no? Na meron din sila. Kaya tumataas yung calorie. So kung magbabaon sila, if they have to travel, tignan din natin kung ito yung magiging travel nila. And so they can bring those foods that I mentioned earlier. Kung sandali lang naman, maybe they can bring corn, they can bring cassava, they can bring fruits, with them. Or maybe kung meron silang source nung we call this bread, whole wheat bread na hindi nilagyan ng sugar, then that would be best. And then if you travel as well, you can choose for the best option na meron kang makikita. So yun lang, tandaan natin, less of the sugar and less of the fat. Okay, so let's see what would be the next question. Alright, so here, pangatlong tanong po, bakit po importante ang weight loss? Anong best way sa pagbabawas ng timbang sa may diabetes type? Okay, so this is really very relevant because what we want to happen with patients na may diabetes is for them to achieve their ideal body weight. So generally, if I have discussed last week, although hindi ang bigyan ng emphasis, in diabetes, what's happening in diabetes is that nagde-develop sila ng insulin resistance. And yung insulin resistance is being developed because of the presence ng intramyocellular fat. Ano yung mga intramyocellular fat? Ano natin yun doon sa mga kinakain natin. So definitely sa papakain doon sa muscle cell, and then yun ang nag-hinder sa metabolism ng ating sugar. Okay? Kaya nagkakaroon ng insulin resistance. So that's why we want patients to achieve the ideal body weight so that we will address the pre-diabetes and somehow, ma-reverse natin yung condition nila. Specifically, kung less than 2 years pa lang sila na-diagnose na diabetic, and then yung kanilang pancreatic beta cell, maganda pa yung production ng kanilang insulin. So that's how important weight loss is for diabetic patients. Actually, there are studies na kahit walang physical activity, but we control the patient's diet and then we achieve weight loss, bumababa po yung blood sugar nila. But again, we want physical activity and of course the diet, para mas maging complete yung ating management for patients with diabetes. Okay, so let me see, ano yung susunod nating question? Okay, so I can see here, ano pong masasabi niyo sa intermittent diet? So actually, this is one of the most common questions I always encounter halos sa lahat ng nagiging lectures natin, ano? Kasi nga we are advocating plant-based diet. And then actually ketogenic diet is somewhat the opposite. Oh, pwede namang mag-ketogenic diet na plant-based din siya. So, okay, let's start with the intermittent diet. So, we have many evidences showing us that intermittent fasting, okay, yun yung tawag doon, intermittent fasting, can really positively impact patients with diabetes and other chronic conditions. In fact, meron tayong mga evidences showing that can even lengthen the lifespan of a person. No? May mga ganung studies tayo kasi it's a positive effect on the telomeres. Okay, so but back to the intermittent diet, yes, it has its benefit. Ang ating lang tatandaan sa mga patients natin na going into intermittent diet, sana yung mga tinatake natin calorie. Kasi at the end of the day, ang goal mo bakit ba nag-intermittent fasting is for you to achieve caloric deficit. Ibig sabihin ng caloric deficit, bawasan yung kinakain mo calorie because you want to achieve body weight, di ba? So, para yung i-burn enough yung activity mo on the calorie na kailangan mong i-burn. So, that's why we do intermittent fasting. So, ang nagiging challenge yun sa ibang patients kasi when they are into intermittent fasting, somehow they are looking for food and they're looking for the next meal, kaya mas heavy nila when they break the fast. So, ang nangyayari, mas more yung calorie na nakakain nila after breaking the fast. And so, yung calories, halos pareho lang din dun sa 3 meals na kinain. So, sana, those are the things that you just have to take note. But somehow, because the system can actually tawag dito, compensate and nakaka-adjust, no? So that means even us in the house, we are into 2 meals a day then. So I have many patients who are also who are good for 2 meals a day. So yun lang. But with the intermittent fasting, let me take note again na sana yung kanilang heavy meal wala sa gabi. Halimbawa, if this is a diabetic person, specifically, at matutulog na lang siya sa gabi, sana yung pinaka-least na calorie kinakain natin at night. Sa umaga, when we are active, then that's where we're supposed to place the calories na mas malaking calorie na kinakain natin for the entire day. So say for example, goal mo is 1,000 calories for the day kasi binawasan mo ng 500 kung 1,500 ang kailangan mo. Bakit mo binawasan ng 500? Kasi siguro ang goal mo is to lose maybe 1 pound per week. Halimbawa, kasi if you have 500 caloric deficit every day, in 1 week, that's a total of 3,500 calories. Yung 3,500 calories is also equivalent to 1 pound weight loss. So if yan ang goal mo, then every day magka-caloric deficit tayo ng 500. Kaya gagawin mo intermittent fasting. Now, on the other hand, you can also do the same by replacing the food you eat. So, walang intermittent fasting, but you're replacing the food you eat. Instead of eating more on caloric dense na pagkain, mas kakainin natin yung nutrient dense at mababa yung calorie. So, example, halimbawa, instead na kakain tayo ng potato chips, wala si potato chips ngayon. Kakainin natin is mashed potato, walang butter, okay, and walang cream. So, by doing so, nabawasan mo yung calorie, you change the preparation of the food you eat, and that is the quality of food kasi mababawasan yung calorie niya pero mas mataas yung nutrient na nakain mo. That's just one of the example. Or another example, you want to flip your plate. So limbawa, you're a heavy meat eater talaga. Say you're eating a steak and then with a salad on the side, 'di ba? So ngayon pwede mong i-flip, mas marami yung salad and then strips na lang ng steak ang nakalagay, sinasahog mo doon sa iyong salad. So, by changing those things, no, pwede ding mangyari yon na you can achieve the calorie deficit na gusto mong mangyari so that you can achieve the weight loss. On the ketogenic diet this time, as you can see, meron tayong mga pag-aaral na short studies telling you that may mga positive impact ang ketogenic diet on a short period of time. But they are not designed for us to do for life, okay? So it's never sustainable kasi hindi yun yung natural process ng katawan ng tao. So the main source of energy ng katawan natin is glucose coming from sugar. Bakit laging masama ang tingin sa carbohydrates? Because we're thinking about the refined carbohydrates. So sana hindi lang carbohydrates but the refined carbohydrates. Yun ang problema. But if you eat the whole carbohydrates, you cannot even eat enough kasi mataas ang fiber nila. Hindi mo ma-overeat si whole food carbohydrate kasi mabilis kang mabubusog. Least likely, no? Na kaya mong punuin yung tiyan mo ng sobra-sobra at napakalaki ng calorie na makakain mo. So on the ketogenic diet, siguro if you have a goal na kailangan mo talaga mag-trim down in a short period of time, na hinahabol mo talaga magkasya sa'yo yung damit mo kasi a-attend ka ng kasal, so maybe you can do ketogenic diet, but you have to consult your physician as well kasi if you have heart disease and if you already have existing diabetes or ESRD, may chronic kidney disease na rin tayo or end-stage renal failure, you have to check with your physician din because pwedeng tumaas din yung mga blood markers mo and magkakagulo-gulo tayo doon sa iyong mga maintenance medication. Okay? So again, take home about the intermittent fasting and ketogenic diet. If you can sustain intermittent fasting, then that's good. But I highly suggest when you think about of a diet, it should be a lifestyle. Yung ketogenic diet, short term, maybe you can try, but that's not gonna be sustainable for a lifetime. So kaya ang sinasabi natin lagi is whole food, plant-based diet is what we can maintain as a lifestyle. Alright, so next question po tayo. Meron po ba kayong may re-recommend na pwedeng kainin bago at pagkatapos mag-exercise? Now, if this question is talking about patients na may diabetes, it's really important na maintindihan natin na pag tayo nag-exercise, nagbe-burn tayo ng calories. So, importante po sa mga diabetic patients na may kinakain sila prior to exercise. Kasi usually, in the morning, umiinom yan ng gamot pre-breakfast. So ngayon, kung uminom ka ng gamot pre-breakfast and then you do exercise, pwede kang mag-hypoglycemia. So, ano yung kakainin bago at pagkatapos natin kumain? Pagkatapos may exercise, the same actually. No? So, ano yung regular diet natin? For patients with diabetes. So it's whole food, plant-based diet. You can get your protein maybe from beans, and from leafy green vegetables. If you needed really to add fish somehow, pwede nating dagdagan doon. So generally, kung ano yung kinakain natin on the regular basis, yun lang din ang pwede natin kainin after physical activity. But here, I'm not talking about extra food. Diba? Kasi baka yung sinasabi natin is mag-exercise tayo sa hapon and then you need to eat right after. So what you can do, kasi medyo nagugutom ka kasi napagod ka, doon din magandang tignan yung magiging timing ng physical activity mo. So that's why we wanted to do this in the morning and then in between and then maybe sa gabi. So yun yung tinatawag natin kasi pag sinabi mong physical activity or exercise for patients with diabetes, lagi nilang sasabihin wala silang time. And that's why in lifestyle medicine, we always talk about bouts of exercises. Pag sinabi mong bouts of exercise, hindi nila kaya yung 30 minutes na straight for the day. And so ang gagawin natin, we encourage them to do physical activity 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes sa tanghali, and then 10 minutes sa gabi. So how are they gonna do that? After nila kumain, actually, they can do physical activity or after or before. Ganon din sa pananghalian, before or after, and ganon din sa hapunan. So before or after. That's 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and 10 minutes. So total of 30 minutes. And then just be physically active the entire day. Kasi like I said, even if you did exercise in the morning, kahit pa sabihin natin na isang oras yan, na nag-gym ka talaga with strength exercise, with weights, no? And all those repetitions na ginawa mo, but you've been sedentary for the entire day, that's not gonna make sense, no? Ganun pa rin. So, kailangan active tayo the entire day. Yun yung tinatawag natin the non-exercise activity, no? Hindi naman lahat kailangan nasa gym ka or talagang on the go ka for the exercise, but we're looking at the non-exercise activity. Generally, we call it your physical activity. Okay? So basically, sana maging scheduled 'yon. Hindi mo po problemahin kung anong kakainin mo before and after if you do this 10 minutes bouts 3 times a day, a total of 30 minutes every single day. So for the entire week, mahihit mo yung 300 minutes per week. Okay? So thank you for that question. Shall we see the next question here? Sa culinary medicine, masasabi po bang alternative na ito sa gamot mismo? Alright, so here, culinary medicine kasi is just one part of nutrition prescription. In lifestyle medicine, we have 6 pillars, no? Number 1 pillar is nutrition, and then we have physical activity, we have sleep, we have social relationship, and then actually we have substance abuse at the same time, no? Tinitingnan din natin yung mga aspects na yun. And in nutrition, isa po si culinary medicine doon. Meron pa tayong tinatawag na culinary coaching. Okay? So those are the modalities we use in nutrition. So let me just clarify that lifestyle medicine is never an alternative. Kaya ako pinakita sa inyo yung practice guidelines the past week when I discussed with you, because lifestyle medicine is a mainstream treatment doon sa conventional treatment natin sa mga pasyente, at ito'y nakakalimutan naming mga healthcare providers. Ang tagal-tagal na niyan doon sa guidelines namin. So guidelines for diabetes treatment, for hypertension, for heart disease, no, for dyslipidemia, for cancer, nakalagay dahil lahat doon. Lifestyle modification, lifestyle therapy, and it includes nutrition, physical activity, sleep, stress management, social relationship, and of course, substance abuse. Yang 6 na pillars na yan. Culinary medicine is just one of the modalities we use in nutrition. So definitely, it's not an alternative. It's a mainstream. No? Ang gusto kong sabihin dito, it's the primary intervention, in fact, for patients with chronic conditions. Pag sinabi mong primary intervention, yun yung first na binibigay. Yun yung first na ina-advise. We do lifestyle medicine counseling first, including nutrition and culinary medicine, before we even give medication to patient. And even if we end up prescribing medicine to our patient, hindi po nawawala yung lifestyle intervention, because according to the guideline, it should be provided for life. Okay? So hindi siya tulad ng diet na pagtapos mong mag-diet ng 1 month, tapos ka na, balik ka na sa dati mong lifestyle. I mean, what's the point, di ba? Yun yung naging reason kung bakit ka nagkasakit in the first place, and then uulitin mo lang din. So you're like in a hamster wheel, no? Napaulit-ulit lang tayo dun sa nangyayari. So ang mangyayari is progression lang ng disease ang makikita natin instead of arresting and somehow, sana, reversal kung pwede pang ma-reverse yung condition. Okay? So I hope that's very clear to us. So culinary medicine is not an alternative. It's not an alternative treatment sa mga gamot. That's the initial intervention. And if we provide maintenance medication to patients, hindi pa rin nawawala itong intervention na to. Kasama pa rin siya. Okay, so next question here, I think medyo related din siya. Sa field po ng culinary medicine, ano pong standpoint sa herbal meds at also mga supplements with no approved therapeutic claims? Okay, wonderful question. So like I said, no, ang culinary medicine kasi is a science of blending food preparation and the science of medicine. It's a practice, evidence-based practice of blending, mixing food preparation and the science of medicine. Example, how will you sustain healthier lifestyle and healthier cooking and eating habits of a patient kung hindi mo siya tuturuan kung paano mag-prepare ng food? Eh kung ang alam lang ng pasyente, umorder from outside. Diba? So that's why we teach our patient on how to improve their food preparation para mabawasan yung saturated fat, para mabawasan yung calorie dun sa kinakain nila. Basically, yun ang culinary medicine. So with regards to herbs, we do use herbs in culinary medicine, but as condiments to the food na nilalagay natin. Doon halimbawa, for example, we use turmeric, no, doon sa mga kinakain ng mga patients natin as condiment. The curcumin, the yellow pigment of turmeric is really helpful for so many ways, no? It's an antioxidant. It also has an antiplatelet activity, so on and so forth. But in culinary medicine, we do not really prescribe supplement. Okay? Kasi nga yung culinary medicine is a modality that goes into nutrition. But when you say lifestyle medicine, sa lifestyle medicine kasi, and even in conventional medicine treatment, like myself, I'm a family medicine physician. Like if I really need to provide my patient supplement, kasi nga hindi maayos ang pagkain ng pasyente ko. And for me to encourage my patient to eat better will take time, pero kailangan na ng support ng katawan ng pasyente ko, then I will provide supplement to the patient. At lahat ng doktor ginagawa yan. Alright? Pero iba po yung tinatawag natin na maintenance supplement and herbal medication. So ibang field po yon, kasi yung alternative medicine or complementary medicine is another practice recognized in the Philippines under Republic Act 8423. Ito po ay under sa Department of Health, isang sangay, isang ahensya, yung PITAC na tinatawag natin, or the Philippine Institute for Traditional and Alternative Healthcare. Sila po yung humahawak. They govern the practice of providing herbal supplements to patients. So I myself is a certified physician of PITAC. So I had my training and I had my study in utilizing herbs, in the Philippines. Meron po tayong tinatawag na 10 halamang gamot sa Pilipinas. Actually, you can find them in the pharmacies already. So if your physician would prescribe specific herbs and they have their studies on it, ibig sabihin they are certified, to prescribe certain types of herbs. Ibig sabihin alam nila yung binibigay nila sa pasyente nila, wala pong magiging problema. Ang magiging problema po natin dito, if these herbal medications are provided without proper prescription, that may somehow have adverse reaction or interact doon sa gamot na binibigay din naming mga doktor, then doon tayo nagkakaproblema. Okay? And ganun din naman sa drugs, no? Sa drugs kasi, if over-the-counter drugs, na-overuse din ng mga pasyente. Ganun din sa mga supplements, na-overuse lang din nila. Kasi naririnig natin lagi sa TV, naririnig natin sa social media, no side effect, all natural. Hindi naman po kasi totoong walang overdose. Lahat po ng bagay na kinakain mo, you put them by mouth, kung ito ay sobra dun sa kailangan ng pasyente or ng katawan mo, there will be overdosing. So ano yung magiging effect nun? You may not see it outright ngayon kaagad, but it may accumulate somehow. Okay? So sana naintindihan natin yun, So they are both different practice. Yung alternative medicine is a different practice from lifestyle medicine and culinary medicine. Again, lifestyle medicine is a conventional practice which is the primary intervention for chronic conditions. Yung alternative medicine po, ginagamit po natin yun sa mga komunidad na walang mga doktor. Okay? Sa mga community na walang mga available na gamot, dahil ang pwede lang nilang gamitin kung ano yung mga available na halamang gamot sa kanilang paligid. So yun, importante po dun sa mga doctor to the barrio natin, kaya meron silang may kasama sa training nila yung 10 halamang gamot, kasi yun ang pwede nilang ibigay at ituro sa mga pasyente or tao sa ating komunidad na malalayo, na hindi natin halos laging naaabot ng ating mga medical service. There is always room for the practice of alternative medicine, specifically in places na wala talaga silang pwedeng gamitin na conventional medicine. Okay? Alright, so next question po tayo. Kasabay ng diet at exercise, tama po na dapat pa rin ituloy ang gamot na nireseta ng doktor? Definitely yes. Okay? So I would say na halimbawa kasi kami sa lifestyle medicine, kung ang pasyente, when the patient is referred to us, for example, by an internist, yung internal medicine, ni-refer sa amin yung pasyente for a lifestyle program. So tinitignan namin, i-review namin yung mga maintenance medication na iniinom nila. Pag ito ay diabetic patient and they start dieting and exercising, for sure, bababa yung insulin resistance nila, for sure, bababa yung cholesterol nila, mag-i-increase yung metabolism nila, equals less need for medicine. So ang nangyayari, kailangan naming ibaba yung dose ng kanilang maintenance medication, and so that's the point where we write the attending physician na nag-refer sa amin, we write them back And doon namin sinasabi sa kanila na baka kailangan na nating i-decrease. Say for example, yung insulin ng pasyente kasi nag-hypoglycemia na siya. Or kailangan na natin i-decrease yung dose ng gamot ng pasyente kasi bumababa na talaga yung blood sugar niya or yung cholesterol niya talagang for the longest time sustained na natin na normal and nararamdaman na nila yung side effects sa extremities nila, no? Dahil dun sa mga lipidemic drugs na binibigay natin, then we provide recommendation doon sa kanilang attending physician. But definitely, unless it is recommended, kailangan pong ituloy yung nire-reseta ng doktor. Another warning here, kung kayo hindi nakaka-follow up doon sa inyong doktor at nag-umpisa kayong mag-diet, nag-umpisa kayong mag-exercise, eto din po yung mahirap. Okay? Kasi baka mag-hypoglycemia ka na hindi mo na alam. Kasi tinutuloy pa din natin yung mga gamot na iniinom natin. Kaya kailangan po talagang bumibisita po tayo sa ating mga doktor from time to time, whenever it's needed, para po tama yung ating ginagawa, tama yung ating iniinom, tama po yung mga lifestyle modification na ginagawa natin. Okay? So I hope I was able to answer that question. If that is the last question for this afternoon, I'd like to thank those who are attending us, yung mga nagjo-join sa atin. Earlier, I saw someone coming from Pangasinan na kasama natin. And I guess yung iba, I just don't know kung saan sila galing. Ano? But thank you for joining SugarBeat. We have someone from Cavite watching us from Pangasinan. My father actually is from Pangasinan. And all right, so thank you for joining us. And lastly, I just want to say diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, cancer, these are all lifestyle related. Sometimes the intervention can be easier said than done. I would say oftentimes it's easier said than done. And ibig sabihin, pag we started counseling patients with modifying their lifestyle, somehow after a week or two of the conversation, very, very eager sila to change their lifestyle. But after 2 weeks, seeing na yung kanilang kasama sa bahay, ang sarap-sarap nung pagkain nila ng bulalo, and then hindi siya kumakain nun, they felt like they are restricting themselves. And so they weren't able to sustain their lifestyle. Kaya yung sinasabi ko lagi, after joining SugarBeat discussion this afternoon, after you joined our discussion the past week, you might somehow be thinking and making a turnaround in your mindset na kailangan ko nang umpisahan to live a healthy lifestyle. But the world has never changed. Hindi nagbabago yung mundo. It's the same thing. It can get worse actually. The lifestyle in the house is the same. Yung mga kasama mo sa bahay, the same yung lifestyle. That's why in lifestyle medicine, we include social relationship. We include group support because the family member is the only one who can help the patient sustain a healthier lifestyle. So it's really, really nice to have a good group visit with a lifestyle medicine physician, buong pamilya, and that's what we do. We have family conference, and that's why we have this what we call family nutrition counseling, so that yung buong pamilya nakakarinig and they can relate and somehow they can support each other. Alright? Para hindi mararamdaman ng pasyente na they are restricting themselves. But on the other hand, I want to tell you, if you are now considering to change your lifestyle, you have to feel fortunate and proud of yourself because now you can understand that you have to take charge of your health. Maraming tao sa Pilipinas ngayon, they are not really aware that they're doing something wrong with their lifestyle. They're not aware that what they're doing every single day will eventually lead them to develop any of the top 5 killer diseases. So my question with you right now, before we end this session, if you are not doing any wellness activity every single day, what do you think you are doing? Because health actually is your present condition right now. Wellness is a dynamic process of maintaining health. When you say dynamic, everything that you're doing every single day, it will either promote health or degrade your health. Where are you going? So sana po may natutunan tayo this afternoon. I hope you picked something from our discussion this afternoon. And thank you very much for joining SugarBeat. Let me tell you, medicine can help you, doctors can help you, but your lifestyle will determine your overall health outcome. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you to our guest speaker for providing with us another informative virtual session here in SugarBeat. For more informations like this, please like and subscribe to SugarBeat social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Next on SugarBeat, please tune in and visit our page to watch another exciting webinar topics that will leverage your knowledge about diabetes and hypertension. Do you have a question about diabetes and hypertension? Our chatbot is ready at your service. Please send us a message on our Facebook page Messenger and we'll try our best to give you the answers. Consult your doctor while you're at home with Doctor Telemedicine application. You can now download this to Apple Store and Google Play Store. Once again, thank you for joining and see you again on our next program.